Welcome, my friend, to today's cinematic fairy tale storytelling. Let's step into a world of light, magic, and a golden, impossibly long hair. The story of Rapunzel. Once upon a time, in a distant kingdom, a loving couple lived at the edge of a deep forest. They longed for a child for many years, praying every night for a miracle. Beside their home stood a mysterious garden surrounded by a high stone wall. It belonged to a sorceress named Dame Gothel. Feared by everyone who knew her, in that garden grew a magical plant, Rapunzel, glowing softly like enchanted emeralds. When the wife became pregnant, she suddenly craved that very plant. The craving grew so strong that she grew pale and weak, desperate to save her. The husband climbed the wall late one night to steal a handful. Under the pale moonlight, he slipped into the garden, grabbed the precious leaves, and brought them home safely. His wife recovered instantly, but the craving returned, stronger than before. To keep his wife from wasting away, he tried again. This time, Gothel caught him. "Thief!" she roared, terrified. He begged for mercy. After a long pause, Gothel said, "You may live, but when your child is born, it will belong to me." Powerless, the man agreed. At the baby's birth, before the mother could hold her child close, Gothel appeared and took the infant away. She named the girl Rapunzel, after the very plant that sealed her fate. Gothel raised Rapunzel in a tall tower hidden deep in the forest. No door, no stairs, only a single window. The girl's hair grew long and golden, shining whenever she sang. Gothel knew its secret. Rapunzel's hair held the magic of youth eternal. Every day, Gothel called, "Rapunzel, let down your hair," and Rapunzel lowered her golden braid like a shimmering rope. Rapunzel grew up lonely but full of dreams. Each year, on her birthday, she saw floating lanterns rise from the faraway kingdom. She didn't know they were released by the king and queen, her true parents, hoping their lost daughter would someday see them. One day, a young thief named Flynn Rider climbed the tower while fleeing guards. Rapunzel, terrified yet determined, knocked him unconscious with a frying pan. When Flynn awoke, he found himself face to face with a girl whose hair could have filled an entire room. They began an unusual negotiation. Rapunzel would return his stolen satchel if he escorted her to see the floating lanterns. Reluctantly, Flynn agreed. Rapunzel's first steps outside the tower were magical. Grass brushed her feet, wind kissed her skin. The world was bigger, brighter, more beautiful than anything she had imagined. Their journey took them through forests, rivers, and a tavern filled with gruff-looking men who, surprisingly, helped Rapunzel after hearing her dream. Slowly, something warm and gentle formed between her and Flynn. On the night of the festival, they sat in a small boat as thousands of lanterns lit up the sky. The soft golden lights reflected in Rapunzel's eyes made Flynn feel something he had never felt before, the desire to become a better man. Rapunzel whispered, "Thank you for bringing me here." Flynn looked at her for a long time. The lanterns glow connecting them like fate, but Gothel intervened. She captured Flynn and dragged Rapunzel back to the tower, lying that he had abandoned her for riches. Rapunzel's heart shattered. In despair, Rapunzel realized the truth. The sun-shaped symbol she had painted all her life matched the royal crest on the lanterns. She was the missing princess. Gothel tried to imprison her again, but Flynn, wounded, desperate, returned to save her. In a final act of sacrifice, Flynn cut Rapunzel's magical hair to end Gothel's power forever. The magic vanished. Gothel turned to dust. Flynn collapsed, fading fast. Rapunzel wept, and her tears, carrying the last trace of the ancient magic, brought him back to life. When Rapunzel returned to the palace, the king and queen embraced her with overwhelming joy. The kingdom celebrated for days. Rapunzel, once locked away in a lonely tower, finally found her family, her freedom, and her true place in the world. And Flynn Rider found the home his heart had always searched for. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this cinematic fairy tale narration, please like, subscribe, and share to support more magical stories from PakerCon. #PakerCon